Live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the home of the Thunder. We're broadcasting from the Chesapeake Energy Arena. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan to call the game with our analysts Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And the starting group for the Spurs. The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Anderson is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Aldridge in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Well, you look back on the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big three, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those three was able to finish the season.
Durant, wide open, he fires. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Durant with the steal. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. Ibaka, the pass to Durant. Westbrook kicks to Durant. To the inside. And Adams with the slam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now, here's Parker. Aldridge dishes to Parker. He kicks it to Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot is no good.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Well, a few more possessions like that, and they'll do more than sustain the lead, Greg. I think they'll start to put this thing away by pulling away.
Tony Parker, 2 shots.
And Tony Parker, at least some of his success can be attributed to playing with talented bigs. I mean, in his rookie season, he plays with both the Admiral and Tim Duncan. He kept that partnership going with Duncan for several more championships. So while talented, he's also been very fortunate.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. And Westbrook gets it to go.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
That's tipped. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
David West, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Well, talking about Parker and the bigs, Tony benefited from their presence, Clark, but they also benefited from his play.
Really, early in their careers, the only way to defend Parker and Duncan was to pack the lane, and once Tony developed a consistent jump shot, the only way to defend them was to hope and pray.
Right.
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, based on what we've seen, a double-digit lead, and we're still in the first. Ouch. That's painful.
Aldridge with a screen on Westbrook. Just 4 to shoot. The 3 from Anderson. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against 2 made shots. Roberson the pass to Durant. Got that bucket in no time at all. Durant's got 9.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Tim Duncan.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Aldridge. Martin comes in for Anderson. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. Martin with the bucket.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
San Antonio making a switch here. Diaz checked in. .102 left to play in the first quarter. Tipped away. Ginobili kicks to Martin. Mills dishes to Diaw. 6 to shoot. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Durant. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. You go back to before last season with Durant. He was set to lead Team USA to their tournament, but had to withdraw from the team club.
And, you know, withdrawing, Kevin, might have been the right play to keep him healthy. He still ended up on the shelf a good while last year, but I still think it was the right decision on his part.
It's Martin on the wing. Durant with the steal. And finished off by Westbrook.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
Outside for Martin. San Antonio again missing. To the inside. Westbrook drives in. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. 8 points for Russell Westbrook.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean,
I can beat you on 2K. I'm watching your podcast
already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approach.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Thunder lead by 16.
Hey.
And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
Sorry.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second.
Hey.
And an important part of every team's game.
Sam, you won't let me play people online.
They've set the first half tone by getting out on the fast break and getting the defenders on their heels.
You know, another factor in their offense so far
all I'm going to say is we won't ever know.
Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Roberson is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Durant in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City.
I don't even know that.
Westbrook again. West. The shot, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
This season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that.
Yeah. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, Martin?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure. That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
There's the pass to Mills. It's stolen by Ibaka. Martin against Durant. Pass to Ibaka. Pulls up from the corner. The rebound by the Spurs.
I tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And that one's good. Ginobili's got 5 points now this quarter. Westbrook passes to Durant. And now in transition is Mills. Here we go. His three-pointers off the mark. The Thunder leading by 13. Durant kicks to Westbrook. quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. He feeds it to Adams. David West grabs the miss. Spurs trail by 13.
And for David West last season, the thought was he might increase his production with Paul George out, but the opposite happened. West suffered his lowest scoring output in a decade, only 12 points per game on 47% shooting. Rough showing for the former All-Star.
Here's Durant. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
Pulls it up. And Diaw gets it to go. The assist from Kevin Martin. Diaw's got his second basket. Well, Greg, getting back to West, even though his scoring was down, his playmaking is up. You were talking about that. Clark, 3.5 assists a game last season, by far the highest number of his career.
Yeah, one of the very best pros I've ever been around. He's very smart. He's tough. He's all about team. And, you know, he makes things happen. Impacts winning in a lot of ways, and those assist totals indicate that.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for West. Kyle Anderson comes in for Boris Diaw. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Kevin Martin. And Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Here's Collison. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And watching Nick Collison, he makes all the hustle plays, all the little plays, the things that really will not show up in a score sheet, stat sheet. For over a decade, he's had that role and embraced it.
And Kevin, the other thing he does as a veteran is a coach knows what he's going to get. He doesn't make the mistakes that some players make. And while he's not going to be a great scorer in the post or a high-flying rim protector, his game really is built on intelligence and toughness. And so positioning for charges, making open mid-range jump shots, all the unsung things that help a team win games.
Leonard kicks to Parker for the 3. The Thunder leading by 12. From deep. Can't get it to go.
It would have been something to see if he could hit that shot from that deep.
Greg, you know it. I know it. There aren't very many guys that can hit from out there. But he is one of them. That's the kind of range he has. You know, on the topic of Nick Collison's shooting, last season was his only real setback. Only shot 42% after having a career 54% shooting percentage. But he's up slightly in most other categories, especially the ones based on hustle and effort.
The Spurs have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
8 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Ginobili attacking and stolen by Payne. Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
What a performance from Durant here. 13 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense.
On the court right now for the Spurs, the timeless Parker and Manu are the 1 and the 2. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Anderson. And it's Aldridge in at the center, locking down the middle. And that one's good. Parker. Well, LaMarcus Aldridge, Clark, is bread and butter, that great jump shot he is.
Yeah, that's something that every big man needs. That high release, really tough to get to that shot.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. It's Parker outside. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Leonard with the steal. Can't get it to go. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. At one point, they led by 16.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
This is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And Waiters kicks to Payne. Waiters dishes to Collison. Feeds it to Payne. Back to Collison. Waiters on the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Payne. And it's sent back by Aldridge. It's Ginobili outside. It's hauled in by Collison. Collison's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Morrow, no good.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Parker double teamed.
Timeout Spurs.
San Antonio calls timeout. Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
So both teams making some changes here. Here's Parker. He's got 9. A 3 from Anderson. Once again off the mark by San Antonio.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they didn't make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans have really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
That's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Yeah, I think in that case, you've got to go elsewhere with the ball. You just can't rise up over the top of him when he's on you.
Spurs trail by 6.
And the Western playoffs just, it seemed a bit amiss without having the Thunder involved. Westbrook, I tell you what, he did everything he could to try and carry that injured group into the postseason last year, but it just wasn't to be.
Leonard on the wing. And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Parker passes to Anderson. Leonard with no one around. Buries the long-range jumper.
Great outside shooting fueling this run.
Then the D is getting bombarded. They haven't been able to slow them down the least bit.
The kick out to Westbrook. The feed now to Adams. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. Adams has got 6.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Leonard attacking. There's the bucket. Good. Leonard's got 7 now in this quarter.
shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter. And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Shot clock at 5. Here's Aldridge. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Ibaka's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Back to Durant. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just...
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Thunder out in front. They're up by 11. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. On the perimeter, it's Waiters and Durant. The rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. And it's Westbrook in at the 1 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Anderson kicks to Aldridge. A 3 from Leonard. Thunder with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16.
Yeah, a bit over-eager right there. Left his feet too early.
Yeah, and if you're already boxed out like he was, just back up. Because if you don't, you're going to get called for the over-the-back foul every time.
Here's Waiters. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Waiters got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Thunder.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Aldridge dishes to Leonard. Leonard draws the double. They kick it out to Green. Puts up a 3. And a great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
Here's Ibaka. No good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Green kicks to Aldridge. A 3 from Leonard. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Dishes it to Waiters. And Adams kicks to Durant. Ibaka outside. Goes back up. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And guys, it's easy to forget sometimes just how young Kevin Durant still is. I mean, last season, he became the second youngest player to get to 15,000 points.
For Durant getting to 15,000 points, the only player, Clark, to do it quicker was LeBron James.
Yeah, and it's even more impressive when you realize that Durant did spend 1 year in college, Kevin. You take a year off his age, and he and LeBron got to that point plateau in virtually the same amount of time.
Wasted no time on that one. Durant's got 10 points here in the second half.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Green. Nailed from three-point land. Green's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Spurs. Westbrook with it. He's picked up by Parker. Durant in the corner. And the rejection by Leonard. And they're able to recover. It's stolen by Green. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Parker with the steal. It's tipped. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Westbrook. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Thunder lead by 10. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And the second of two is good. That will put them up by 9. For the Spurs, this one's not looking good. Parker outside. Aldridge with a screen on Westbrook. There's Parker with the three. The Thunder have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And that one's good. Westbrook.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
Outside, Green. Again, the miss by Green.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for Oklahoma City.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, Clark, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
Yeah, it was a team that was really in sync. They trusted each other and took the right shots.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Kevin Durant. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Ibaka, wide open, he fires. Misses the jumper.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
Waiters passes to Westbrook. Look from Ibaka. Another miss by Ibaka.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played.